Hi y'all! What's up y'all? So, here's another video. Okay, so this video for you all is kind of like in my Valentine's Day series, and I'm going to try to hurry up with this video because I don't have much time. I know, I always like try to hurry, but I have reasons why, because things don't download. I really need my own computer. Really, I really do. Really do. Anyway, so in church, they gave us this paper, and I want to share it with you because I think it's wonderful for Valentine's Day. It's kind of for Valentine's Day. It was in our bulletins, and it is 5 tips to your better relationships. I'm going to try to read this well because, as most of you know, I do not read or spell very well. I never have. I never probably will. I had speech problems in the past, so I think between my speech problems and actually having my reading skills are horrible. So between that two, I will try my best and get every word right for you. Okay, anyway, so 5 tips to your better relationships. Now, most of this is based on a marriage kind of thing, but it could be for your friends too. So you can take some things into consideration for your friendships, as your friendship relationships, your sister, your spouse, your cousin, your friend, whoever you're talking to or want to become in a relationship with. Alright, so tip number 1 is truth. Make God's word, not your feelings, rather the basis and baseline of your relationship. So you have to make God's word and not your feelings the basis of your relationship with the baseline with your relationships. Okay. Be in the word of, it says to be in the word yourself. You be in the word yourself. It equals, gives you the power to love. Share God's word with your mate, and that it binds your hearts together. And teach God's word to your children. It establishes their faith. So that is the first tip, which was truth. So the second one we are going on to is expectation. Have biblical versus cultural expectations for your relationships. It's a fallen world, so you will have problems and struggles. Relationships have predictable seasons. So that has equal sign, and in predictable seasons you're going to have, this is for more parents based or whatever, but you have the terrible twos, there's teens, a midlife crisis, and that empty nest when your kids leave, to college or get married or whatever. They are all hard and stressful situations. You'll get through them, and they don't last forever. So that is expectations, which is number 2. Number 3 is prayer. This is probably my favorite one. It says God can and does change people's hearts as we persevere in prayer. Then it has Bible verse, Proverbs 21 and 1. I'm not going to look that up, but you can if you want to. I probably should have looked that up, but yeah. So it says, for prayer, it says, you have zilch ability to change your mate. So quit nagging, joking, and manipulating because it does not work at all. But you have, which I love this point, because sometimes I feel like I nag Jordan and I don't mean to, and I'm sure he nags me, but not really. I think I do. I don't know. I don't nag bad, but every now and then I may say something that probably is naggy. I think most women do at times. But it says you have 100% ability to change yourself. So, to change yourself and who you are. It says, so be who you want others to become and let God change them through your prayers. So, even just not even a mate, it could be with a friend or a family member, be who you want them to be, because I think it's just really important, to be that way. And I just took it into consideration, because sometimes I do feel like I nag them sometimes, and I don't mean to. Your confession, yeah. I'm confessing. I know sometimes I do feel like I nag him, and I don't mean to, just be about anything, but sometimes I don't mean to, and I guess maybe I should take into consideration and fix myself, which actually I had thought about this even before I seen this paper, so I am trying to fix myself, which I think everybody in a relationship is always trying. We have a good relationship, but we always try to, mature and grow and become a better person. Alright, so next is tip number 4, which is focus. Make honoring God, not personal fulfillment, the goal of your relationship. So do not make honoring God make honoring God, not personal fulfillment, the goal of your relationships. Seasons of staleness and dissatisfaction are normal. So don't give up. Look up and honor God. Staleness and dissatisfaction in marriage are the dark clouds before the new dawn. Every new level of intimacy and connection are preceded by these predictable, unfailing changes. I tried to pronounce that word. I have no idea. So yeah, there's always going to be times in your relationship when you're going to be like, like it just feels like you're stuck, but just keep moving forward and look towards the Lord. He's always there to help you through everything. Tip number 5, which is the last tip. I try to keep this under 10 minutes. I'm going to try. Okay, so the next tip, which I think is, the prayer for me personally, is the most important. But tip number 5 is like the second most important. It says deception, which I think is important, because sometimes, I think guys are really into like TV and stuff. So I think I'll tell you what tip number 5 is before I go on talking. Tip number 5 is deception. So it has TV, movies, Facebook, which I'm sure for me it's Facebook, for Jordan it's probably TV. But TV, movies, Facebook, surfing the web, connection with past sweethearts, and flirting for fun will end in disaster. Relationships will be your source of greatness, joy, and greatest heartbreak. So guard your heart. Proverbs 4:23. It has it if you want to see. Proverbs 4:23, and your mind. So guard your heart and your mind. Give thanks daily for the relationships you do have. It will keep you from focusing on what the world tells you that you don't have. So I thought these were really good points, and especially this one, because I think, sometimes he gets distracted. He's like, I'm not really into his TV show, so he's watching TV, and I'm on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else, and we don't sometimes take the time to connect with each other, and it's kind of, it's deception, so it's like deceiving. But we do take time out for each other, but I don't think we take enough out, and I think a lot of partners or even friends or family don't take out enough time for each other, and get just too distracted by other things, which I'm trying to do a little bit more of for others and less for myself, because I have to admit I am really a homebody, and if it was up to me, I would really not ever go out with anybody, which is horrible, but I just feel most comfortable at my home, and that's just the way I am. I'm not a party animal. I just like to stay home. I don't like company. I just like to be home. That's just the way I am. I'd rather just be with Jordan at home watching TV. Yeah, that's it, which I know is probably like horrible, but that's just who I am. So, yeah, I don't even know why I made that point, but, yeah, so then at the end it says, love is patient, which is 1 Corinthians 13:4 and through 8, it says, love is patient, love is kind. I think that's the verse for it. I hope so. I think so. You know what I mean. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, which I think is very important because it seems like you can get angry very quick with your spouse and or friend or whoever, and you don't want to do that. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong, which means it doesn't keep, if somebody has done something wrong, it doesn't keep the record of it, which I think is important too, because that's what I do a lot of. I keep other people's wrongs and okay, I don't trust them now because they done me wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. Love never fails and never gives up. Never wins out on me. Yeah. Alright, so anyway. Okay, so I'm going for 11 minutes almost on the clock up there somewhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I was kind of goofy during it, but it is a serious matter, and take the time to get to know your spouse, your friends, your family better. And like I said, I don't like to get out much, but you gotta kind of push through that sometimes and just just get out there, get to know people, become more friendly. And I hope these things helped for Valentine's Day for your relationships, and just not just for Valentine's Day, but every day of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you all my Facebookers and YouTubers, and thank you all. Please comment, subscribe, and like up this video. I will see you later. Love you all. Bye.